We need to pass reforms to make it virtually impossible for anyone who has a mental illness or danger to themselves ever to use a gun. We need to increase the collaboration between our local sheriffs, our police departments, our schools. We've got to invest in metal detectors. We've got to invest in bulletproof glass.
We're not the Democratic Party. We're not the Republican Party. We're the human party. We all need to come together and discuss school safety.
So true. That was a plea to put politics aside from the father of Meadow Pollack, one of the 17 victims of the Parkland school shooting, as Florida's Governor Rick Scott laid out his $500 million plan that he says he will work on every single day that he is in office to make the schools in Florida safe. My next guest says these safety measures are certainly worth discussing, but they are not getting to the heart of the problem, or perhaps they are in addition to the problem. He laid out directly for President Trump when the governors all gathered yesterday at the White House. Watch this.
When we mock and ridicule the very foundational principles that this nation was built upon, where you treat people the way you'd want to be treated, where you respect human life, where you respect the dignity of women and of children and of people who we have increasingly degraded in our society. This culture of death is becoming pervasive. And if it's not addressed by all the imperfect people in this room with a sense of purpose and a sense of aspiration, I think we're going to see a continued trajectory that's not good.
The Florida shooting hitting particularly close to home for the Kentucky governor. Just last month, in his state, a 15-year-old walked into a high school and killed two of his classmates. Republican Governor Matt Bevin from Kentucky, welcome back to the story, sir. Good to see you tonight.
Thank you, Martha.
You believe that in order to get to the heart of this matter, there's a lot of discussion about gun control, about mental health, that we need to really regroup in where we are headed as a society on the whole. How do you do that?
It's not easily done, and I'll tell you, there is no easy fix. That's the most difficult thing. It's why so many people are quick to ridicule and disregard this conversation. But how do you do it? You do it one person at a time. This is literally a call out to every single parent in America, to every teacher in America, to every coach, to every Sunday school teacher, to every civics organization, to every single scout leader. I'm asking every adult in America to look for the young people in your life, and if you're not doing enough to protect them, to protect their physical security, their emotional security, to protect their innocence, then I'm asking you to step up and do more, because societally it is the responsibility of the adults, those among us who are in a position to do so, to protect our young people. We're not doing a good job of it.
You talk about the fact that there have always been guns in America, but there haven't always been these horrific, vicious, impossible to understand killings by children of other children. So what changed?
I think what has changed is we've become rudderless as a society. Again, you take the culture of life or death, however you want to look at it. Do we celebrate life or do we celebrate death in this culture? And again, this is a heavy, heavy topic. But you look at musical lyrics, you look at the video games, you look at the television programming in the movies, and how increasingly violent and how increasingly realistic they are desensitizing our young people, and our adults for that matter, to the value and the sanctity of human life. And again, without going off on topic that will get people's hair on end, we in this society for the last 40 years have told people it's okay to kill a child if it's not yet born. 50+ million children have been killed. In multiple states, we allow doctors to assist people medically, doctors who have taken a Hippocratic oath to help people take their lives. Assisted suicide by doctors. That, coupled with the fact that so many people in America, including our youth, are on psychotropic drugs which literally are altering their mental state, the side effect of which is on so many is depression and suicidal thoughts. You mix all that together. You look at the studies that have been done one after the next that talk about the impact of a personal phone and a device and the screen time and what that does to the psyche. All these things are crushing the spirit and the psyche of our young people. And parents, turn the TV off. You don't need your children to have cell phones. Pour into your children. This America has got to wake up, and governors and presidents and everybody in political office and those of you who have the power of the media to wake up and protect our young people, because we are reaping what we've sown.
Yeah, I mean, I think you make excellent points about, phones and social media and the impact. I don't think we've even begun to understand the impact of that. When you look at this kid, he had 4 Instagram accounts, and he was putting pictures of his guns, which I see as a cry for help. I mean, he wanted somebody to stop him. He even called 911 and said, I lost my mother recently, and I'm in trouble. And the fact that, I mean, we've talked too much about all the signs that were there. It's just mind-blowing.
It's always easy, and you know this, and when we look in the rearview mirror, it's always easy to have found a path we might have taken. What we are not doing is looking out the windshield at the problem right before us and with our young people. The Atlantic published an article recently addressing this very issue and the impact of this screen time on our children, and people would be well served to look at it.
Agreed. Governor Bevin, thank you very much, sir. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Thanks for being on the
Martha.
story tonight.